Employee stress. This video and the article that accompanies it is a helpful resilience guide for HR managers and company directors who recognize that stress is an issue, a long-term issue that's affecting productivity and creating an issue that's called presenteeism, when we turn up for work when we're not actually there. My name is Adele Stickland. I'm a wellbeing trainer and an accredited coach, and I specialize in resilience. So this article is all about why increased stress is causing a problem, and I want it to be a helpful guide for you, the HR manager or the company director. We know that workload is increasing, and we know that that causes a concern for long-term stress. And the objective here is to explain what employee stress is, how to reduce employee stress, and practical ways to motivate and assist managers and teams as we transition to manage hybrid working. We know that hybrid working, based on changing the way that we work, we're working at home remotely, and then in the office, it's going to be a difficult time for teams to manage. So we need certain things in place to reduce that stress. What are they? There are 3 or 4 things to consider. The first, as we know, is clear communication. The less disruption or less confusion around the communication is going to ensure that people feel comfortable and secure. We know that we need to understand the issues that's going on within your organization. What's bespoke, what's different, what's unique in your organization, with your managers, with your teams, what is happening for you. And then the agility of the organization and the individuals to manage that change. And this comes down to emotional agility, which results in resilience behavior, means that we can problem solve so much quicker. Managing this hybrid working scenario means that well-being needs to be at the heart of any organization. And part of that strategy needs to be a resilience strategy. Recognizing that well-being programs need a resilience element, that future think, how things are going to work and how we are going to recover from change that's inevitable and is going to continue to be inevitable, and assist with this hybrid transition. So recognizing what the issues are in your company is the first thing to recognize. Knowing what the problem is, that sounds easier than it can first appear, because we need to know what's unique. What issues are your managers dealing with? What's different and what's unusual about your situation, the relationship that managers have, and the communication that already exists. So what worked before in your organization, so that you can therefore have a unified response and an understanding of the principles that we're going to work towards. So let's look at employee stress. What is it? Employee stress is generally overwhelm. And the issue is when it becomes long-term, when it becomes habitual stress or even habitual burnout. So employees, managers are working under long-term stress. They're not even aware that this is something that is stress. It's become so ingrained as part of their life, which is what causes the problem. So being aware of that is the first issue. Anxiety is more about worrying about what the future holds, anxiety about the future and future thinking. Cost of employee stress can be up to £119 billion for the UK. So that's one of the reasons why this needs to be addressed. So how do we do it? Well, as I say, the first thing is awareness. For the organisation to be aware that well-being needs to be part of a programme, resilience needs to be part of that, understanding what the stress triggers are within your organisation, so awareness. Bringing attention to some of the stress symptoms that the manager is having. The stop and consider is the mental agility. So once they're aware of the issues, they then need to stop and consider what the best action is. This is at the heart of resilience and emotional agility. Creating that culture coaching culture, the open conversations, the empathetic listening, the understanding that every manager, every employee has the diamond, has the gold within them, has the opportunity to solution solve on their own if they're given the security, time, and confidence to do so. Coaching conversations, what do they look like? Improving that communication. So my name is Adele Stickland. You can click the link below and read the full article. If you're interested in resilience training for your organization, reach out. If you're interested in a coaching conversation as part of that resilience training, please feel free to reach out on LinkedIn or click the article below to read more. Thank you very much.